welcome back to another episode of Nourish Your Brand. I'm Isa, your brand chef from Studio Koya, and this is the podcast where we talk about branding that does the hard work for you, the kind that attracts the right clients and makes it easier for them to say yes. If you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting, you're in the right place. We're diving into the sneaky little culprit that might be at the root of your branding problems, even when everything looks like it should be working. So, let me set the table. For those of you who are staring at your branding thinking, I've ticked all the boxes, so why does it feel like something is still off? I want to reassure you that your branding isn't broken. It might just be that you're missing something. Because when branding isn't rooted in something deeper, something strategic, emotive, and cohesive, it can look right, but it still won't work because it's not persuading, it's not influencing someone to connect with your brand. And that's something that might be missing. It's probably a theme. What you think might be a branding problem could be a theming problem. So let's pause here because I know what might be bubbling up in your brain right now. There might be questions like, do I really need a theme? Isn't that just aesthetic? What if I pick the wrong theme? Or I've already invested in branding. Am I supposed to redo it all once I choose a new theme? And those are very valid questions. I've heard them all from clients, podcast listeners, and business pals in the industry. And I've asked myself those questions too. So let's walk through them. I already have branding. Why isn't it enough? So branding is essential, obviously. I love beautiful, well-crafted brand identities, but what I've seen time and time again is that good-looking branding often falls flat. And that doesn't really quite make sense, right? Well, it's because great looking branding can give you the look, but not the visual language. Without a clear idea pulling everything together, it starts to feel a bit like trying to bake a cake without knowing what flavor it's supposed to be. Sure, you've got the eggs, sugar, and flour, but what are you actually making and who's it for? Who's going to want a taste of your brand? And that's where a theme comes in. A theme is what turns your brand into something people can understand and connect with. It adds that flavor and it helps people get you faster. Now you might be thinking, but isn't a theme just fluff? I get it. A theme can sound like it belongs to like a Pinterest board or just an idea off the top of your head, but we're not talking about picking just a vibe and calling it a day. A strategic theme is completely different. It's not just a tagline. It's not a trend that you're jumping on. It's a perspective. It's the thread that ties your strategy, your visuals, your voice, your messaging, and your offers all together. And it makes them all point in the same direction. It's the reason your copy sounds like you. It's the reason your designs feel grounded in the same thing. It's the reason people land on your site or on your sales page and say, oh wow, I get this now. Now, another question that comes up, what if I pick the wrong theme? I hear this a lot too, especially from thoughtful, intentional business owners. Hi, I see you. I'm one of them too, who want to get it right? You want to choose the right theme. So let me take the pressure off a little bit. Themes aren't tattoos. They're not set in stone. They evolve over time, just like your branding. You're not marrying your theme. You're just using it to move your brand forward. And if it works, you build on it. If it needs a little bit of adjusting later, which is what happened to me, cool. It becomes part of your brand story. The beauty is that the theme isn't permanent. The beauty is in its clarity and the momentum that it gives you. And just to be super clear, you don't need to go off grid and dump everything that you've already done for your business. This isn't about doing more, it's about doing it more intentionally. So let's talk about what I actually mean when I say that your branding problems might really be theming problems. I've got 3 signs for you, and if any of these sound familiar, then theming might be your next best move. Number 1, you're always over-explaining your offer. So you've got a good offer, but every time you talk about it, you feel like you have to keep adding context. You're writing long captions to set the scene. You're tweaking your sales page every other week. You're sending long voice notes in your DMs trying to explain the nuance of what you're offering. So if your brand isn't making your offer clear on its own, a theme might be the tool that helps clear things up. A good theme can act like a shorthand. It gives you a succinct, consistent way to talk about your offer and a way for people to understand what your offer is and why it matters to them in a way that it's emotionally connecting and it's easy to remember as well. Number 2, people love your brand, but they don't remember what you actually do. So you might get compliments like, oh, your brand is so cute. Oh, your feed looks amazing. Oh, I love the vibe of your business. But those compliments don't always turn into clients. Why? Because liking your vibe isn't the same as connecting to the value that you provide. And a theme can create that stickiness. They turn your brand from pretty into being memorable, and being memorable for the right reasons. So instead of, oh, she's the one with a great looking Instagram feed, it becomes, she's the one who makes SEO feel like a treasure hunt. She's the one who teaches launching through the lens of astrology. She's the one who makes operations feel like a game of Tetris. Do you see the difference there? And do you see the possibilities? A clear theme helps people remember you, not just your colors. And number 3, you keep changing your branding, but nothing feels quite right. So you might have cycled through 3 color palettes already. You choose a different Canva template every time you make a post. You've tweaked your sales page more times than you'd like to admit, but nothing sticks. That's because you might be solving a positioning problem with design decisions. And what you actually need is a unifying idea, a theme that gives you the direction and gives you the cohesion. Something that will help your visuals, your voice, your messaging actually work together. And when your theme is clear, all those little decisions get easier and also get more consistent. When clients work with me in the Brand Chef Special, this is one of the biggest breakthroughs they get in our strategy session. They often come to me thinking, oh, I need a new logo or I need new visuals for my website. But what they really need is clarity. Clarity about what they stand for, who they help, what sets them apart, and how to show that off in a way that doesn't just look good, but is strategic. And one of the main tools that get them there, yep, a theme. It's the shortcut to alignment, to distinctiveness, to memorability. So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, my branding isn't broken, maybe I'm just missing a theme, then you're already halfway there. Because once you know that a theme can be the thing that brings it all together, it becomes a whole lot easier to make the rest of your branding decisions. That's exactly what we're doing inside my Need a Theme Challenge, my free 4-day challenge that kicks off on Monday, May 5th. It's designed to help you land on a theme that doesn't just look clever and actually supports your brand and your strategy. You can test the theme before you run with it, and then it can help you bring your brand to life in a way that finally feels like you. So each day you'll get a short email prompt, just 10 minutes tops, and we'll hang out in a private Slack group for idea bouncing, encouragement, and a little bit of theme testing chaos as well. Then on day 4, we'll wrap up with a live masterclass and Q&A where I'll be revealing a very juicy fast action bonus for the Brand Chef Special, my signature branding experience. So if you've been feeling like your branding's fine, but it's not quite working for you, if you're constantly explaining yourself, and if you want people to remember you, then this challenge is your next move. The link is in the show notes. It's completely free and it's going to make everything about your brand click into place. All right, that's it for today's episode. I hope it sparked something for you, a little realization that your branding problems can be solved with a theme. So until next time, keep nourishing your brand and I'll chat to you soon.